Welcome, my friends. How you all doing? And I gotta adjust the camera back over here. I don't know why. I guess it was right there. Yes, so yes, DVDs are in place. One more. Put the light in the room here. Okay, it's not Friday night 80s or nothing. It's regular Saturday night. But how you all doing? And I know some of you have seen already that first time viewing episode I recorded recently on I don't know. Hey, yeah, that thing mess up my concentration. No, it's not a porno magazine. No, it's an airplane magazine I got there. But like I said, yesterday I did a rant on Sho Kosugi film, which you guys know my thoughts on that already. Those of you've seen it already. So I figured why not? Because I realized I never reviewed this film, and I figured some guys seemed a little bit interested. I guess and stuff like that. And I found out the film has been YouTubed in one go, in case if people want to see it, or it's on DVD. I'm sure it is a MGM 2003 release, plain bone DVD, no widescreen transfer. Basically, you call it a pan and scan full screen. The only feature is the trailer for the movie. That's about it. And the film has a decent fan base. Out of the ninja films that Sho Kosugi has done, this one is the one that has the highest mark, 5.6, which I agree it deserves that mark. It could be a little bit higher, but it's still a decent score on IMDb and stuff. And this is the second film, and you could say Sho Kosugi's Ninja Trilogy. Because the first film he had done, I made a mistake yesterday when I talked about Enter the Ninja briefly on that rant on Nine Deaths of the Ninja. Not enough. I said that Sam Furstenberg directed that film. I was wrong. Minema Golan, one of the guys from Golan Globus, took the director's chair on Enter the Ninja. Of course, Minema Golan go on to direct the Delta Force, Chuck Norris, Lee Marvin, and he go on to direct that very good underrated Stallone drama, Over the Top, as well, which I reviewed that a long time ago. So he was gonna direct this film. What happened was he, I guess, didn't want to do the duties on this and whatnot. Maybe he was busy running Canning Group or whatnot. So he pushed the task on Sam Furstenberg. Now, Sam Furstenberg, who directed this film, he directed a couple of films in the ninja genre, pretty much, along with the Canning Group, you could say, when he was with the Canning Group. Because after this, he came back to do Ninja 3 Domination. People wonder, why is that Ninja 3 and this is not Ninja 2 or the other Ninja 1? Well, I guess overseas, this was actually titled Ninja 2. And I believe the first Enter the Ninja was really titled Ninja overseas. So I guess, I don't know, maybe there was some fuck ups in marketing when they tried to market it to the US or whatnot. They put Ninja 3 to Domination. So just saying Ninja to Domination. But the films are not really sequels of anything. I mean, all three films have a lot in common. They have Sho Kosugi, but Sho Kosugi is playing different characters in each film. So it's not a sequel. I mean, despite what technically you want to say it's part of a trilogy, technically, but it's not a sequel. It's not a sequel. It has similar stuff in there, okay, similar star. I can't think of other movies that did that. That they teamed up again, like the actor and the director teamed up again twice and stuff like that. It's kind of like saying like Casino's a sequel to Goodfellas, but it's not. It just happens to have the same director and the same stars. So it's kind of the case with this one or whatnot, and with Ninja 3 Domination. Now, I saw this film at a very young age. I remember it briefly on and off. Maybe the third act is what I remember the most, because that's where most of the carnage is at, the third act. The movie does wear its R rating well. And I haven't seen it in years until sometime during the early millennium when we got cable back into the house and whatnot. and we started having all these the HBOs and the Cinemax and whatnot. You have those different types of Cinemax like Action Max and stuff like that. They started giving some little flicks here and there, some classics. Like I got to revisit Action 2, I got to revisit some other films, stuff like that. And this film was showing one night, and I got a chance to watch this again on cable with my mom. I was already a grown up, of course. Saw this again, and my mom's not really that much into martial arts films and whatnot, but she got involved in this story because I think because of the visualness and the violence of the film, and everything like that. Pulls no punches for what it has to do. It has good impact to it, and of course, hence the title. It's a revenge film, which the Cannon Group during that time, they were doing all that type of stuff and whatnot. They had just done Death Wish 2 a year before this and whatnot. And of course, on the same year this came out, they did The Young Warriors or whatnot. You know my thoughts on that or anything. But, so it's like, all right, let's do a revenge film, but do something different with it. Like, put something different instead of just a guy getting revenge with a gun or whatnot. How about, a ninja? Good idea, so fuck it, they went with that. And this was Sho Kosugi's first time as a lead in a film. Because in Enter the Ninja, he was not a good guy. He was your villain. Your good guy was Franco Nero. That's like the original Django from the D is silent. The original Django from the 60s. So he was your good guy in that film, a white ninja or whatnot. I haven't seen Enter the Ninja in years. I had it in my computer drive, but when that drive crashed, I lost that movie. I don't know if it's anywhere to be found to watch. We watched or whatnot. But I remember thinking there was nothing much to the film, to be honest, or whatnot. And there's this one, then there's Ninja 3 Domination, which that's hard to call that a good movie because it has a lot of problems. Like Sho Kosugi comes in the film a little late in the film or whatnot. And everything. It's a time waster at most. It's not one I want in my collection or whatnot. Who knows? Maybe after this, I found it to watch on YouTube. Maybe I'll review that. I'll talk about that film or rant on it or whatnot. See what the deal is with that. But I will say that Ninja 3 Domination, I think, has a lot more going for it than 9 Deaths of the fucking Ninja, at least. Whatnot. Well, we'll see more about that. But this is about this movie here. Now, Sam Firstenberg came out as a director for this, and according to the trivia, very interesting trivia on this. Oh, he's from Poland. I didn't know that. Okay, Sam Firstenberg. This yawning fucking roof once again. A lot of trivia on the film, but yet, all right. Alright. What's else here? So, Sam Firstenberg, this was his first ninja film he directed. After this, he did Ninja 3 Domination. And then, of course, he did 2 of the best films in that franchise, in my humble opinion. American Ninja, and of course my favorite, American Ninja 2, The Confrontation and stuff. He also directed Avenging Force with Michael Dudikoff. That's a good one. And everything like that. Let's see. Sam Firstenberg. I think there was another thing over here about an interview with him and stuff. I don't know where the fuck is it at now. Shit. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, Sam Firstenberg said in the interview that his first decision right away was not to follow in the footsteps of Hong Kong flicks, but rather to approach the movie as a straight Hollywood action movie with martial arts slams. and then ninjutsu, machismo, like that, the icing on the cake, which okay, that's pretty much the way he went with it, which works and everything like that. A decent director, man knows how to film good martial arts scenes or whatever like that. Long behold, you hold the camera straight, you don't shake it and stuff like that. And Sho Kosugi was the real deal. You know, he was a practitioner in the real ninjutsu, never like that. So he knew the man, you know, talk the talk and walk the walk, never like that. And this sort of made him a little of an overnight sensation. I mean, he had a Saturday morning thing called, I think, Saturday Morning Masters or something like that, where he'll give little lectures about ninjutsu and sometimes show a little bit of demonstrations and stuff. I think it was something like that on YouTube or whatnot, like way old from back in the day or whatnot. So he was doing that, and then he got started with some other films. He would team up with Van Furstenberg again in Ninja 3 Domination. Then he would go on to work with Gordon Hassler, that director, in the film Pray for Death and Rage of Honor. It's a fun little flick. And of course, from Nine Days of Ninja, he had done little stuff here and there, whatnot. His son is in this film. Actually, his other son is in it for a little bit of the opening of the film. Now, basically, you could say the premise of this is almost. But let me go into what happens first, all right? The movie opens up. You got a very good score, which you just heard a little bit of it right there. I showed by Rob Walsh. Oh, let's see. What the fuck is Robert? Yeah, Robert J. Walsh, who did the score for this, did a good job with the score. That piece of music there, you would hear it in a lot of trailers that I believe the Cannon Group had out during that year when you would hear that score play or whatnot and everything. I think if you look at the trailer to Young Warriors, or I don't know if you hear that score by Rob Welsh, that whole making it falls out to like it's a trailer live. That's a different video, of course. So the movie opens up very quiet scene in Tokyo, Japan, in this little place out in the woods, little house in the woods, Japanese made decoration or whatnot in the woods. And you see some people there, very quiet, the music very soft and like that. You see a woman with her baby, some people talking, dressed up in Japanese traditional clothes. So the end credits end, and then the movie gets started right away, and you get these right off the bat. I think they're 9 ninjas. You know, wait there. There's 9 ninjas, I think, maybe a little bit more than 9, and they fuck up these people. Hardcore, R-rated, man. Practical effects and stuff. Like one guy tries to defend. There's an older guy trying to defend himself. Tries to defend a little bit of the ninjas from attacking the women. That he gets stabbed 3 times, like with a katana, another katana, fucked up. And these ninjas are ruthless. They run after this heavy-set lady who gets the nanny. She gets her throat slashed. It's practical effects. Well done. And everything. And then one woman gets held. You think maybe they might have the way with her. No, they hold her and give her a big slice and cut her right in her stomach, and she just bleeds to death right there. And then the lady with the baby, she runs and hides the baby, and she gets killed. Until Sho Kosugi comes back from walking with his friend Brayton. Sho Kosugi, of course, his character's name is Cho. And his friend Brayton is trying to convince him to come back with him to America to start a business, a new life or whatnot. He doesn't want to leave because his family, his culture has been in Tokyo for years. He don't want to leave and stuff like that. Plus his family has fought with the rival ninjas for years or whatnot or anything. Until he comes back from his walk with Raiden and discovers a massacre. Basically, all the ninjas see he's coming, they hide, they scatter. And Shokosugi does a decent job with his acting. You could say in this film, or even in Pray for Death, for that matter. Like when he finds, because these ninjas are ruthless, they kill one of his kids, actually, and ninja star to the face, which actually is his younger son, I believe, Shane Kasugi, who got a ninja star to his face. He's there laying there, and he great moment there when he picks him up. He sees the star in his face. He sees tears coming down his eyes, and out of nowhere he sees his wife laying dead on the floor, and the ninjas try to attack him, and Shokosugi fucks them up. Yeah, not Kill Bill type of way. I don't want to put it up that high, but fucks him up and shit like that. Takes his katana away from one, slices one off, and stuff like that. Finds what's left of his wife. More ninjas attack him. He fucks them up or whatnot. Raiden comes with his gun, tries to shoot a couple of them or whatnot, and ultimately kicks their ass. I don't have to go on that in depth into it because I want to leave some vague parts there so you guys can check it out if you're interested. That is. So his mother comes and they find his son, his baby right there that was hidden behind the bush that his wife had hidden before her demise. And Brayden basically tells him once again, why don't you please, it's not safe for you here or for your son. He's the only part of the family you have left. Come back to America. You be able to start a business or whatnot. So his mom, which is an older lady there, Shokosugi's mom, tells him, son, I don't know. There's something about him I don't trust. And it's not immaculate. The movie has its little problems. For one, it doesn't leave a mystery. You already know Brayden is gonna be a bad guy, basically. The way the camera pans into his eyes a little bit, like he's looking at him. So you don't really need that shot or whatnot. Then again, we see in the trailer, more likely he's your bad guy. The trailer gave a little too much away. All right. So he tells his mom he means well. I gotta do this for my son, for Kane. I don't want him to grow up in this bloodshed. So he goes to America. 6 years have passed since he's been in America. Now Shokosugi's character had opened a sort of an art gallery, a little gallery he's opened where he makes these little Japanese Asian dolls that are worth a lot of money or whatnot. And his son now is 6 years old, of course played by Kane Kasugi. Kane Kasugi, I actually looked up some stuff about him. He's actually doing movies now or whatnot. And everything like that. I didn't realize how many films he's been in. He's been in a lot of films and stuff. So I guess you could say he's sort of taken the arc that his father has taken. But not really ninja films, but just martial arts films in general, I guess. Or whatnot. It'd be nice to see him, wield that katana again. Or whatnot. But, he's done little movies here and there. I haven't seen all of them, unfortunately. The only one I have seen is DOA and a little part he had in War. I know he's going to have a part in that new Scott Adkins film, Ninja Shadow of a Tear. But I don't know. Something about it, I have a bad feeling they're going to underuse him and stuff like that. Because, Ken Kasugi, I've seen some fight scenes he's been in and some movies and stuff. Like some clips on YouTube here and there. Seems like a decent little martial artist. Whatnot. So, right, hey, his father trained him well and stuff. Follow up, someone like Shokosugi is a tough act to follow, and stuff, especially these days, the martial artists, they're straight to video fare most of the time. You'd be lucky if you see any of them make the big screen. At least in my humble opinion. So Ken Kasugi plays, of course, Kane, his son. Let's see how good this is. Oh, man. Hey bro, what's up? Got heli. Alright, cool. Everything alright? Alright, cool, no problem. No, alright bro, no problem. Okay, okay, cool. Nah, small, cool. He asked me a question about some stuff I ordered or whatnot. Stuff like that. It's cool. Nah, so King Kusugi, he he's coming from school. His grandmother picks him up from school. His grandmother's dressed up in traditional Japanese attire. Now you would think, okay, you're in America, and when you want to try to dress down a little bit, you know, when you're picking up the kid from school. So that doesn't make him very popular in the schoolyard, of course. And ironically enough, it's kind of strange because I know Pray for Death has a very similar scene like this. Once again, where King Kasugi's coming from school or whatnot, and he's being picked on by bullies and decent little fight scene with kids and stuff. I know Sho Kasugi came out as a consultant, as a fight coordinator on this, so he was being very hands-on on the choreography and everything like that, especially with his son involved and stuff. I can imagine 6-year-old kid learning where the marks are at, not to hit the real kids, not to hit this. Even though it looked like a time when later on in the film where Ken Kusugi hit somebody, like he almost hit him for real. And they might figure, he's a kid. He's a kid. Oh, come on, it's cute. He does karate kicks. He's a kid. That's why somebody has to go, oops, I'm sorry, I slapped it for real. Sorry, Sho, I slapped it for real. Oh, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. I got into the scene. I'm sorry. Okay. Oop, I slapped it again. I'm sorry. Ow! It's like that. Oh. Yeah. Kids! We gotta say like Freddy Krueger style. Kids! Yeah, the Freddy's dead. But, he kicks their ass. His father, Sho Kosugi, catches him fighting. Gets mad at him. He doesn't want him fighting in the street with fools or whatnot. His Sho Kosugi's mom, Kane's grandma, defends him and says he has nothing to do with what happens or whatnot. He's got to know the way of the training of the ninja. It's in our family, in our culture, our heritage. You must teach it to him. So Sho teaches him a little bit about it, and he shows him the katana that he has sealed up, the handle sealed up. And he says that he made a vow not to undo that handle again. So the only time we draw katanas now is in training. So you see he's training his son a little bit. Of course, the training gets cut short because he's late for baseball practice. And you have your female lead in the film, character named Kathy, played by Ashley Ferreira. I'm very bad with Ferreira. Ashley Ferreira, who didn't want to do much acting or whatnot. I mean, after this, she was one of your bad guys in Cyclone. I remember Cyclone. I think I have it in that triple feature pack somewhere, and I reviewed it a long time ago as well. Decent piece of ass, not bad, not that good in the acting department, but she did decently in the choreography and stuff. She works at in Sho's gallery or whatnot. You could tell she kind of wants Sho, but Sho is still heartbroken from his wife or whatnot and everything. And right out the back, the movie starts pretty quickly. I mean, the runtime for the film is it's showing on the DVD right here. It's a 90-minute movie. And I know the film, upon its release, it was heavily cut because I'm willing to bet because of the violence in the film or whatnot. But what's in the film is still impactful enough. Even though I would love to find out if those scenes are somewhere existed or whatnot. If you could put them back in the film. If they're around anywhere, whoever could get a hold of the rights to this. Maybe Shout Factory, who knows? If these motherfuckers let go the DVD rights. Oh, for Blu-ray? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can take it. DVD? Fuck no, it's ours. Why? Because we say so. It's like I come in peace. Why? Because we say so. We make money on video on demand. Suck it on my dick and video on demand. Show it up your ass. Stick it up there and suck it. So, what happens there is Brayton comes by to show the gallery of some girl or whatnot until Kane is at the gallery, touches one of the little ninja dolls he got there, and knocks it over and finds some powder coming out of the ninja dolls. You know, this is going already. Kathy catches him and says, "What are you doing? Your father be very mad." "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And something I might say, Ken Kasugi's acting is a little. Well, he's 6 years old. I mean, it's not his film. I mean, it's his father's movie or whatnot. So what he has to do, he's there, you know, for what he has to do and everything like that. Maybe his acting has gotten better the older he's gotten because he's got more to do or whatnot. His basic thing is just be a kid of very little words and just his actions. Okay. So she goes to Brayden and tells Brayden that there's some trouble. So right away, you know, he's using Sho Kosugi. He's basically taking these dolls that Sho Kosugi is selling at his gallery and sticking heroin in them, drugs at them and stuff. And Kathy tells him, "Look, the kid's seen these things there. He doesn't know what it is. You should try to get rid of these things quickly." So Brayden is making some deal with some mafioso gangster named Cafano, who he wants to unload the stuff right away, get his money. But Cafano starts to fuck around and tells him something about, "Look, it's gonna wait a couple more days. I get a little bit of money. Look, the deal is, once I had the drugs in the city, in the States, you give me the money. What's going on now? I gotta give my cut to the Japanese. You don't play with those people." But you tell him, "Pangu, this, you know, you're messing with Cafano. You don't know me well. You don't know me well." Then it cuts away, and you see him put in some toys. No, not dildo stuff in his bag. Not that kind of toy, but ninja like sides and ninja stars and all these other toys in a bag, along with this metal little mask he puts there, and starts taking out a lot of Cafano's henchmen. First, he kills Cafano's brother, this actor, which I recognize him because he's been in a few films. Let's see if I can find the actor's name. John LaMotta, who John LaMotta will go on to be an American Ninja. I think he was in Ninja 3 Domination, playing another character who right enough gets killed by a ninja. You know, he plays the brother of Cafano, who he's having a picnic at the park with his family. He goes to use the restroom, and Brayden, dressed up as the ninja, basically fucks him up hand to hand and just, you know, breaks his neck ultimately. And then you have an informant who's talking to Cafano on the street, and Ninja Star gets thrown right into his eye. He falls back on this fountain, and you see blood all over the fountain, and he comes back up. The guy just look at his body. You see the star, right? Great practical effects for what it has to be. You know, right in his eye, you realize he's dead. And then Cafano's nephew, who he has a thing for the ladies. You see some titties. Yeah, see like that. I just laughed the way she said it. Just the way this girl, Linnea Claire, says it. "Hey, everybody, titties." I reckon she has them too, but hey, I'm a guy. I notice these things, man. Cool, but you know, Brayden comes and cock blocks the whole thing, and they're at a hot tub. The Cafano's nephew with the titty girl or whatnot. He fires a poison dart right in the back of him, and he falls butt naked right on top of her in the hot tub, and she can't get up until Brayden comes in with a stick and just holds her down there till she drowns, basically. With while this guy is still inside her. So the police come, and Cafano comes down there to identify the body. You see the two bodies stuck together. The lead cop wants to know what the fuck is going on, and basically Cafano, the mafia guy, doesn't want no help from the cops. Until the lead detective looks into this, questions this cop, played by Keith Vitale, which he's not a very good actor. Decent martial artist. I mean, Keith Vitale would go on to be an American kickboxer. He would go on to be No Retreat, No Surrender 3, Blood Brothers. Not the best actor, but decent martial artist once again, and he's a cop, and they show him the little bit of the crime scene of the body and stuff like that, and sure enough, he happens to be friends with Sho Kosugi's character. He trains with Sho Kosugi, and Key Vitaly asks Sho Kosugi for help, just to look into it, ask some questions of what this stuff is. So he goes in there, he says, okay, there's a ninja star, explains a little bit what the ninjutsu stuff is, ninjas and stuff like that, and the assassins of the past, and all stuff like that. Very cool scene where they want Sho Kosugi to help out, but he's like, he don't want to really get involved in that. He just came out just to talk to the thing what the situation was. Plus, he has a business to run, a gallery to run, or whatnot. So the police chief drops a coffee cup, and Sho Kosugi picks it up like catches like a badass. Got this. Puts it on the table, walks away, and basically, Brayton tries to talk more sense into Kafano and stuff like that, and he wants the money and stuff and everything. You know, he wants this money, and Kafano says, "Look, just give me some time. Give me some time." Brayton doesn't want to hear that shit. He wants his shit now. He wants to get paid so he can go get laid. I mean, he tries to get laid with the Ashley Ferreira character, but he has no manners, no tact. He's just trying to force him like that, but she ain't having his shit and stuff and everything. And one of his henchmen, he's in the film for a little bit, is Professor Tanaka. You know, you guys know him for as Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. You know, stuff like that. Professor Tanaka, he's in the film for a little bit, plays one of the henchmen of Brayton. And what happens there? So Kafano knows that Brayton is hiding the drug dolls in Sho Kosugi's gallery. So he sends his henchman, this one guy who he calls Chief. I kept thinking, I knew the guy looked familiar. And I want to make sure before I put a foot in my mouth and I realize I'm wrong. If I'm right or I'm wrong. Let me see. Let's see. Where the fuck is it at? Okay. No, is it no. Yeah. Yeah, basically, Chief was supposed to be like very little. He looks supposed to look like a Native American with stuff like that. It's actually Don Shanks. Don Shanks, you might remember, because he was your Michael Myers in Halloween 5. Basically. No, he doesn't cry in this one. I still remember the one that me and the guys did a long time ago. I don't even think it's up anymore. I think Angry Bay might have took it down or whatnot. That was a fun one, though. I gotta double check. I don't think it is. I know last time I checked Mike's that channel for 3 Crazy Guys that Mike had up there, that I think it was taken down by Anchor Bay or whatnot, which is too bad. But Don Shanks actually is in this film, which is alright. You know, the shape from Halloween 5, the one that cries, basically. But he does a good job in this one. A decent job here. And it leads to a very good action sequence when Sho Kosugi arrives in his gallery. He finds that these guys are in the middle of ripping him off. It leads to a very great fight scene, you know, where you know, cameras in one spot. Sho Kosugi demonstrates his martial arts skills, fucks up a couple of bad guys there. Not in ninja gear yet, but just in martial arts. And fights Don Shanks because he's doing a thing where he has a knife and a tomahawk and trying to cut him because he's supposed to be like a Native American type of guy. Ultimately, he ends up on top of the fucking van and jumps over the van and turns the other way and kicks through the fucking windshield. And the sports playing with Rob Walsh. All that shit's happening, fucking everybody up. And everything like that. Great fight scenes and shit. Ultimately, he fucks up Dan Shanks and everything like that while he's being dragged. Very dangerous stunts and stuff like that and everything. And then ultimately, Brayton tries to go in to get the dolls, but realizes the doll's been taken already by Kafano. So Sho Kosugi's mom happens to be home, and she holds her own. I wish the fight was a bit longer though. Holds her own a little bit against Brayton. He's still sure she knows some ninja stuff too. But ultimately, you know, she gets stabbed and gets a dagger thrown at her shoulder. She disappears and she hides behind the wall. Brayton impales her through the wall. So the movie doesn't hold back. Right there, right then and there. But it's handled confidently though. It's not mean-spirited though. And Ken Kusugi witnesses this. And Brayton chases him on the roof. Ken Kusugi gets away. And Sho Kosugi now is getting a little pissed off about what's going on and stuff. And looking for his son. And goes to a funeral. Keith Vitali tells him that he might know some people that might know some stuff on the street. So he goes to this playground, and basically the people he knows is the village people. Have you seen what I'm talking about? I mean, there's a guy there who looks like the cowboy with a big porno mustache. You got a black guy who looks like the black guy from YMCA and stuff. Well, you can say the guy he fought before was the bad guy. He's the Indian. You got a big fat over the top biker guy who was a Mexican. I don't know if he was in YMCA, but in the village people. And you know, ultimately he wants to find out information about his dolls, and they give him a hard time. And Sho Kosugi ain't having this shit and kicks the fucking table they're sitting in pieces. And gets into very good fight scenes with these people. Fucks them up. He has a ninja star belt. I remember that back in the day, ninja star belt. Throws it at one guy, fires the gun on him. Gets impaled on the thing. Pulls out these Asian type of fans like that has a little sharp knife in it. Cuts the guy's mustache off. Like, fucks up one guy, shit, in the slide. Keith Vitali doing all these fucking weird kicks that like timing his kick a lot or whatnot and stuff. Fucking on some people, alright. And ultimately they get out of there. So Ken Kusugi makes it back finally to home. Before that happens, you know, the blonde girl, Kathy, Ashley Ferreira's character, is having a lot of doubts and second thoughts about what she's doing and stuff like that. So she tries to call, she overhears on the phone the conversation between Kafano and Brayton. And Brayton tells Professor to keep an eye on her. She gets in trouble, do what you gotta do. And ultimately, Professor tries to have his way with her. So he sees some titties or whatnot. But he's not successful because Brayton comes and kills Professor Tanaka. And does a kind of evil ninja magic on her. Hypnotizes her to do his bidding. No, not that kind of evil. Who knows? Maybe it was cut out. But, you know, to basically go and bring Sho's son to him so he can use as leverage against Sho Kosugi. So he hypnotizes her to do that. And Ken Kusugi's son gets into a very good fight scene with the girl. Okay. Which makes you wonder, because it looked like a time that he really kicked her, though. So it looked like that she slapped him like, whoops, sorry, Sho, I'm sorry. Your son, he hit me in my vagina. I don't play that. No. Wait. No, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at the film. You look like she smacked him a couple of times. And shit. Or even hit my butt. And everything. Oh, God. Here's the thing, back when I was a kid. God, little funny story I remember. I used to watch cable at my grandmother's house, right, when I was a kid. And I remember as a kid, so you know when you're a kid, you start doing stuff you see on TV, like martial arts, stuff like that, and everything. And my grandmother was a little playful with me. She was like, and one day I slipped. I hit her in the stomach there, and then she went, ow. I said, well, you don't hit down. Then she learned how to play with me with it. It's more of a funny story, you know, later. I don't know, watching movies like that, it made me think back to that good memories. Oh, God. Oh, good. Yeah, you're a kid. You know, when you're 5 or 6 or 4, you can get away with some of that stuff a little bit, you know, because they be like, ah, he's a kid. I still remember when was it when my cousin Faith was that age. God, I think I was watching TV. I was watching some movie or something. She had a toy fishing pole, but it was a wire one out of nowhere. She whacked him real hard in the eye. Thankfully, I didn't lose an eye or nothing, but just hard. I took the toy and I broke it in two. Then my uncle came and whooped the shit and beat the shit on me and stuff like that. You remember you were that age? I didn't know. So I knew better. I was a little older. I was about 13 or 12, something like that. So I knew whatnot. But, you know, but kids get away with some dumb things, you know, and everything. So ultimately, she takes Kane away and takes him back to Brayden, just so Brayden keep him tied up there, and has no use for the girl no more and stuff. And basically puts the girl in this hot tub or tank top with no bra, and makes her, I guess, puts a lot of water in her face. I guess she's gonna drown to death in the hot tub or whatnot. Leaves some weird looking tattoo guy there, while Ken Kasugi is tied up in some steam bathroom or something. Where he's gonna go to the skyscraper where Kafano's at, where you're gonna get your third act right there. And great scene where Kathy finally gets to the phone and tells Sho what's really going on or whatnot. And then now Sho has this great moment now where he's like, only a ninja can stop a ninja. And then he great moment where like if someone wants to do a tribute, this would be a good tribute to use that Jay Chataway vigilante theme right there, because he has the Kubadara ninja magic moment like that or whatnot, and the prayers he says there that like that. He grabs his katana that's sealed. He breaks the seal, and before he breaks the seal, you have the little flashbacks of what happened with his wife and his mom and like that. So now he's pushed to this. So you can say it's almost like that Western story, you could say, sort of. You know how the old gunfighter has hung up his life of violence or whatnot, his past, and wants to make a new start, until ultimately something bad happens on him trying to make a new start. You could say destiny or karma coming back to get you, and now you got to put back on your guns, so to speak. So that's kind of, I guess, the meta that we're going for here, where him breaking that seal of the katana, you know what I mean? That's it. No more. Now he's got to make a stand, and he gets his toys together. I will admit, in Pray for Death, I like his ninja suit better there though, because it was more made. It looked cool with the little metal stuff. But this one's still good, it's decent, straightforward. It's black, of course. It's not like pink ninjas or whatnot. And you know, Brayden goes in there, makes it to the skyscraper where Kafano's guys are at. Fucks up guys, good practical effects. Like one guy, he comes out from the air ducts with those spikes, stabs them both in their temples. Good practical effect. One effect used to always make me wince a lot when I was a kid. Maybe hide my face like this, where Brayden is trying to get inside this door, and one of the goons stop him. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Runs, and he throws a bunch of spikes on the floor, and then marbles on the floor, and the guy falls face first right into the fucking spikes, and the guy's like, ah! And I'll be like, oh my god. I look at that like, ooh, that's cool. And stuff. And Sho Kosugi fucks up some mafia guys too. Like one mafia guy grabs him in the staircase and pulls down his mask. Sho Kosugi just spits out the spikes. Right, the guy says, ah! Ultimately takes katana, slices them up a little bit. Great. Brayden kills a couple of more people. Key Fatale makes it into the building, even though Sho Kosugi tells him don't interfere with this. Key Fatale doesn't fucking listen. Ultimately, Brayden ends up killing him, and he has a last little word, but if this was given to a better actor, maybe that words would have meant something, but Key Fatale can't act. I'm honest enough to say. He's a decent fighter, decent martial artist, but can't act. Can't act. I would say he's more decent in American kickboxing, maybe because he's playing a kickboxer. I mean, that's why, so it's not far stretch. Over here, no, and then No Retreat, No Surrender 3, fuck no, as well. But, ultimately he gets killed, and, you know, you get the third act on the rooftop. Ninja, versus ninja. That's it. You know, the ninja plays some mind games with Shokasugi and shit like that. Like somebody might ask questions, how the fuck he got this? How you got that? Well, you're dealing with a film where you got people, you know, flying with ninjas, throwing ninja stars at each other and stuff like that. You know, so you gotta suspend disbelief at some point. And then it cuts away. We see that the Kathy character, Ashley Ferre character, is close to being drowned in the hot tub until Ken Kasugi gets out of his restraints through the heat that's on in the steam room, and knocks on the door, fucks up the stupid looking goon guy he got there with the tattoos and shit with some nunchucks. Once again, like Ken Kasugi does in these films. In third act, he has nunchucks. Decent job. Fuck him up. Saves the girl. Then the girl goes to call the police. What's strange about the scene is that she's in a wet tank top. And maybe the kid doesn't know any better, or maybe he does. I don't know. So it'd be interesting if there was a documentary on this movie, or at least a commentary with Ken Kasugi or his father, or somebody that moderated to bring something out of these people or whatnot, and touch on that moment where she's making the phone call, and she's in a white tank top. It's wet. Nipples and titties are shown. And Ken Kasugi, you see him looking up at her. And like almost the actress realized it, and she's like putting on the robe and covering it up and like, oh, okay, come here. You know? Imagine behind the scenes. Dad, what's those? Okay, I'll tell you that in a couple more years. Not now, no. But why are they pointed that way, Daddy? I'll tell you that in a couple more years. I'm busy right now. We're doing ninja fight. Come on, no. Choreography. Please. Yeah, he'd be laughing like, you can't tell me about titties. Titties! So, leads to the great ninja battle on the rooftop. Well done. Great score by Rob Welsh. Leads to a great comeuppance where basically Braden gets his comeuppance. And great squib effects. I love that shit. Almost made me wonder if Quentin Tarantino saw this and put this in Kill Bill or something like that. Because it's like an explosive effect. He gets that blood spits right the fuck out. And then that steel mask he was wearing gets sliced in two. Clah! You see it. He's dead. He's right on the floor and shit. And everything like that. And then Ken Kasugi makes it up into the building with the girl and hugs his son. You get that great shot. But it pans out. You get bing, 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 boom, bing, bing. Great fucking movie. I always loved this film a lot. I know there's some gaps in the fight scenes here and there because I don't want to go that this movie I do want some of you guys to check out for the fights and whatnot, you know, and everything. I mean, it's a quick film. It doesn't take much to get it moving and stuff. Shokasugi is a badass in this film or whatnot. That was one of the reasons I got pissed off with Ninja Assassin, because I didn't like the fact he was your bad guy there and he got killed by some Flash wannabe. Now, Ninja Assassin has some decent carnage in it. Granted, it's CGI blood, but it's carnage at least. Part of me wishes maybe if Ken Kasugi was your lead instead of Rain. Shit, maybe it would have went at least full circle, maybe. Then I would have been a little more kind on it. But I don't know. Maybe as a film, I got to give another shot to. Remember when I first seen it, I was like, I don't know. And stuff. But this film here, I enjoy more than Ninja Assassin and stuff like that. And it's still a favorite of mine. I still enjoy it. It has its little problems here and there. Like there's some continuity errors a little bit here. Maybe movie fuck ups you could say. Like, you know, one scene on the rooftop, Shokasugi loses his katana. So he's without his katana there. But then to a little bit toward the climax of the fight, his katana comes back there. So I don't know, it was a continuity fuck up. Well, I could always say it was a Kobadara. Ninja magic. I know Matt knows what that means, but I know when I read American Ninja, he knows what that means, basically. And everything. But this is something I would like to see if Shout Factory can try to get a hold of. maybe get into Shokusugi. I'm sure, there's a movie that's I got a decent fan base on IMDb. I mean, out of all the films he's done, this is the one that got the highest mark, 5.6. The one after this, Ninja 3, that didn't get a high mark. I know Rage of Honor as well. That's a 3 point something movie, which that's not a ninja film or whatnot, but still a decent little action flick or whatnot. But this one's a very good one as well. It's probably one of the hardcore R-rated, American-made ninja flicks, you could say. That was R-rated. It had 80s vibe, the 80s going for it. Canon Group. One day I urge you guys, especially you guys who want to look up old school action films or whatnot, look up the Canon Group. Like the Death Wish 2 and 3 and 4. A lot of the Chuck Norris films, like the missing action films, Invasion USA, American Ninja movies, at least the first two, Avenging Force, Exterminator 2, and that like that. Look up those Canon Group movies and whatnot. You can see, how fun those flicks, that studio was when it came to these type of genres. When it came to revenge and action, a little bit of exploitative stuff and everything like that. They knew what they were doing. I wish we had a studio like that today or whatnot. But that was the good old days of the down and dirty 80s or whatnot. But all in all, I still love this film a lot. I had nitpicks here about this stuff, that stuff. Some of the acting, like some of the shots that you right away you're Brayton your bad guy. Like, what I would have liked if it was a twist, maybe, or whatnot. But for what it is, it doesn't make me hate the film. It is what it is, or whatnot. The acting was decent by everybody else. Shokusugi, I thought, did good for what he had to do, or whatnot, for what he was given to do. He did great fight scenes. Man of very little words. But when it comes to showing emotion, you can see he's working his ass off with that. So he does very good and stuff. Even in Pray for Death, which is almost a similar film like this, basically, you have a Japanese character with a family who comes to the States trying to make a new life or whatnot. Horrible stuff happens, and ultimately, he's got to pick up the katana again, along with ninja stars, and kick some ass, man. Basically what it is. That's basically what the film, the census is, basically. But this is on DVD, though. And that one, Pray for Death, is nowhere to be found on DVD. If it is on DVD, it's harder to find, especially which version you can find. Because there's a heavily edited one that's from the UK, I heard. That's on YouTube, I right now. That's a full frame one. There's a widescreen one that shows everything they give on Spanish television. But I bet you MGM's not going to let go of the rights to that. Like, we can do it on video on demand. Yeah, there's your video on demand, you cocksuckers. But anyway, rating for this, I know it's not much of a long review, I know, but it's not much to tell on the film. And it's a movie that, when you see it, it speaks for itself. It's 80s ninja R-rated action goodness, if that makes any sense, and stuff. It's kind of a film that you would see Cecil Trachtenberg talk about, which I wanted to ask him about this one, if he knows about Revenge of the Ninjas. I'm sure he probably does. He knows a lot about those 80s flicks. I'm sure Cecil Trachtenberg must know about this one. I'd like to hear him do something with this or whatnot. Maybe he did already and I missed it. I don't know. But hey, it doesn't hurt to ask him. So, I know Matt loves this film. He got a chance to finally see it. And I know Mike reviewed this film as well. Mike got a chance to see it. He enjoyed this film a lot. I would like to hear, like, Marv Kevin's thoughts on this film, or Aaron, for that matter. Or, I don't know. I don't know if these movies are his cup of tea. I know he mentioned one time some martial arts flicks are not really his cup of tea or whatnot. But I don't know, maybe one day, if he does B-Movie Mania, I don't know. If you want to, it's no big. I know you got a lot in your play, bro. It's cool. Mario, I know this is on YouTube. I know I sent it to Mario. Let him know. He seemed interested in this or whatnot. He kills ninjas in the beginning. I don't know if there were 9 or what. So technically, there are 9 deaths killed by Shokusugi, technically. I don't know what the body count of the film is or whatnot, but it's more than 9. But, this movie, kicks that movie's ass off the building, in my humble opinion. But anyway, I've gone on enough about this, pretty much. Rating for this is 10 out of 10, basically. for what it is. I mean, I had nitpicks about the film, but I can excuse it because I grew up with it. Maybe others won't excuse it, but hey, go in with your own opinion, you know. If you don't like the film, it's cool. No biggie. We've disagreed before. We probably will again in the future. Who knows? But thank you all for tuning into my review of Revenge of the Ninja. And rating is 10 out of 10. And stay tuned. Let's see what I can review next. It's still early or whatnot. But thank you all for tuning in, and you all have a good night.